Welcome to yet another episode of NYFP Presents This Week in Wall Street History. I'm your host, James Sweeney, and we're standing here reporting live from the financial center of the world, the floor of the New York Stock Exchange. Now, nearly 100 years ago, the U.S. Supreme Court had a pivotal ruling concerning corporate power as well as monopolies. The company in question was Standard Oil. Standard Oil was the predominant American company, integrating oil production, transportation, refining, and marketing. Established in 1870 as a corporation in Ohio, it was the largest oil refiner in the world and operated as a major company trust and was one of the world's first and largest multinational corporations. This until it was broken up by the United States Supreme Court in 1911. Now, Mr. John D. Rockefeller continued to make his name in the business, this as a co-founder, a chairman, and major shareholder in the company. And as it continued Standard Oil to grow exponentially, it further engaged in business practices that, although lawful, continued to hurt smaller businesses and force them to close down. In other words, Standard Oil was the biggest and only player in town. By 1911, it rivaled U.S. Steel as the world's largest corporation, dominating petroleum refining and sales, and through vertical integration, controlling dozens of attendant industries, that of which included railroads. John D. Rockefeller, its founder and the principal owner, became widely criticized in the public eye, even as it made Rockefeller the richest man in modern history. Now, on May 15, 1911, in an 8-1 ruling, the U.S. Supreme Court ordered that Standard Oil was indeed a monopoly, therefore limiting the company's power. And in turn, the company Standard Oil turned into 34 different companies, that of which has included Exxon, Texaco, Mobil, Chevron, Amoco, just to name a few. But shed no tears for Mr. Rockefeller, who would grow even richer after the breakup when shares in Standard Oil's newly traded subsidiaries doubled and tripled in their first days of trading. Now, on the 29th of September 1916, John D. Rockefeller became the first man to ever reach a personal fortune of $1 billion US. By the time of his death in 1937, his net worth had grown to $1.4 billion US, which translates to $2007 of $663.4 billion. These facts according to Forbes' wealthiest persons in U.S. history. And as always, until next week's episode of NYFP's This Week in Wall Street History, I'm your host, James Sweeney.